Serving 26 schools across more than 500 square miles, Pulaski County Special School District is one of the largest school districts in the state of Arkansas. Our district strives to help each student discover his or her full potential while preparing students for life and cultivating future leaders. PCSSD continues to strengthen the relationship between its public schools and the community. Our district is committed to creating a nationally recognized school district that assures that all students achieve at their maximum potential through collaborative, supportive, and continuous efforts of all stakeholders. The schools participating in this football game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football game, is a voluntary nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation. The Arkansas Activities Association recognizes that athletes represent more than themselves in athletic competition. They represent their team, their fellow students, their teachers, and the community. Athletes who display good sportsmanship reflect high moral standards.
Welcome, football fans, to another night of Sylvan Hills Bears football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. I'm Jake Hall, voice of the Sylvan Hills Sports Network, along with my broadcast partner, Dylan Davis. Let me introduce tonight's team, starting with Will Watkins on production, and on the main cam tonight will be Valerie Haley, and on our field cam tonight will be Patrick Haley. I want to thank you guys again for joining our pregame show. We're about to take a quick we're going to go ahead and go over our matchup tonight between Sylvan Hills and the Catholic Rockets. It should be a good matchup tonight. I'm expecting a good game, a lot of scoring. So let's let's go ahead and break them down.
Yeah, ought to be a pretty exciting matchup here tonight. Catholic comes in with undefeated, 6-0 on the season, 5-0 in the conference. They're going to put that undefeated record on the line tonight against your Sylvan Hills Bears, who have shown, signs of life over the last couple of weeks, have crept themselves back into the playoff conversation in the 6A East. This ought to be a pretty good football game here tonight.
Absolutely. Talking about the 6A East, Sylvan Hills has gone 2-0 in the last 2 weeks and is now tied for 5th in the 6A East division, and they are looking to crawl their way back up up that leaderboard. Last week, the Bears beat Jacksonville 19-14 with a huge help from their defense. Their defense probably had their best game so far this season, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. The offense kind of faltered here and there at parts, and really leaned on their defense to pick them up and keep that game tight, and allow their offense to get rolling and eventually take the lead in that game.
Absolutely. They gave up the least amount of points they've given up all season. They had players out there just making plays all over the field. Dylan Harris and Jaden Foster both were flying around making tackles in the backfield all over the field. And then our own Pete Overton making a game-saving interception in the end zone to close it out, which really just sealed the game for the Bears.
Yeah, Pete Overton, player of the game last week because of that interception. Jacksonville was going in to score right there at the end of the game. Pete Overton picks it off to seal that victory for the Bears. Just wasn't a pretty exciting football game there in Jacksonville last week.
Absolutely. It was a blast all the way up to the end for sure. On the other side of the ball, though, on the offensive side, they looked a little out of sorts, started repeating those same mistakes that they had earlier on in the season. Penalties that were setting them back that really kept the game closer than it should have been overall.
Yeah, just too many penalties, too many turnovers. And we've seen that when the Bears struggle this season, it's because of the penalties, it's because of the turnovers. When they're able to eliminate a lot of those mistakes, you see a much better product on the football field.
Absolutely. And when that product, when they play mistake-free football, they really look like they are hard to stop. And even though they have setbacks, their offensive side, on the offensive side of the ball, they still manage to produce. Specifically, at quarterback, Gavin Tyner, he had an excellent performance last week. 3 touchdowns, 2 of those coming on the ground, one from 3 yards out, the other from 9 yards out. And he also had an electric 84-yard completion to Steven Scales for an amazing TD pass, honestly, right when the Bears needed it.
Yeah, Steven Scales was wide open down the seam, and just a great pass from Tyner on that one, a very exciting play that, you said it, couldn't have come at a better time for the Bears.
Absolutely. And also in the backfield, Nazir Laughlin, Cleo Penn, and Dylan Harris all doing the dirty work. It's just running back by committee. They all had over 50 yards on the ground, and showing that just the Bears' rushing attack, it's hard to stop. If they're playing well, no penalties, it's really going to be hard to stop that rushing attack. Yeah,
we saw Dylan Harris. He played a lot of defense last week, and so Nazir Laughlin had to step up and get more snaps at the B-back position, and you saw him rip off a big run last week as well. So I think the Bears have maybe kind of found something there with that split between Laughlin and Harris. Harris playing a little more defense, and that's given the opportunity for Laughlin on the offensive side of the ball to get more carries.
I absolutely agree. Dylan Harris, he is just one heck of a player. And as good as he is on the offensive side of the ball, I think he might be a little bit better on the defensive side of the ball. And so if you can find somebody that can put some adequate numbers up there and you can replace him and give him a break on offense and let him do his work on defense, I think that's probably going to be your best option. Either way, they're going to have to play mistake-free football if they want to take down the Rockets tonight because they are just on a roll. And going ahead, starting with the Catholic Rockets, they're at the top of the 6A East with an undefeated 5-0 conference record.
Yeah, undefeated, as you said, 6-0 overall. Still not getting a ton of love from Hootens. They're only ranked 4th in the 6A despite the undefeated record. But nonetheless, this is a very good football team, a well-coached football team. And if the Bears come in here and can play mistake-free football, they'll be in this football game. But if they turn it over, if they have a lot of penalties, it could be a long night.
Absolutely. Catholic, I guess they really think that 6A West is pretty tough. But but look, saying from experience and seeing it with my own eyes, I'd say the 6A East is definitely nothing to overlook. But let's go ahead and talk about their last week matchup. Catholic got a win last week, 21-7 against the Sheridan Yellow Jackets with the help of QB Sam Sanders and offensive weapons Cooper Nannon, Brooks Ward, and Sam Sanders. All 3 of those guys scored touchdowns in last week's win, and they definitely have a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, definitely a pretty talented offensive football team. You saw last week Sheridan played a pretty good defensive game, all things considered. Was able to kind of hold that offense down a little bit, and Sheridan was in that game right up until the very end. And the Catholic Rockets were able to get a late score to make that a 2-score ball game. But nonetheless, Sheridan put up a pretty good fight against this team last week. But Catholic was able to survive and come out with a victory just because of that well-coached offense and well-disciplined team that they have.
That was probably probably a weaker scoring amount for Catholic that they've had all season. So I'm sure Coach Chris Hill for the Sylvan Hills Bears took a look at what Sheridan was doing on defense, and I'm sure they're going to try to do the same here tonight. Either way, Hootens favors Hootens favors the Catholic Rockets in this matchup tonight. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. But when we get back to our pregame show, we will take a look at our PCSSD Sports Network matchups as well as our Natural State Sports game to watch. Thank you guys for joining us. Welcome back, fans. We're going to cut to the national anthem.
Now for the Catholic High School alma mater. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the colors and the playing of our national anthem. The colors are being presented by the Catholic High School Marine Corps JROTC Color Guard. Please remain standing until the colors have left the field. After the playing of the national anthem will be the Pledge of Allegiance and then a moment of silence. The national anthem will be played by the Catholic High School Band.
I want to thank you guys for joining us for that national anthem right there, and welcome back to our Sylvan Hills Sports Network pregame show. Let's go ahead and get to our PCSSD matchups across the state. Starting with number 20, BB, at number 2, Joe T. Robinson. Joe T. comes to this matchup undefeated on the season and looking to add another win to their record. Their last win came last week against a resilient Maumelle team where they won 35-30 in one of the closer games they've had all season.
Yeah, Maumelle was struggling the last couple of weeks, but really, gave Joe T., like you said, their biggest test of the season. But credit to Joe T. Robinson and quarterback Quentin Murphy for pulling out that victory on the road. I think they are going to be without a few players tonight against BB, so that'll be an interesting test for them.
Absolutely. Like you said, sophomore QB Quentin Murphy passed for 164 yards and 2 touchdowns in last week's win. And they had a running back, Noah Freeman, who had 19 carries for 205 yards and 3 touchdowns. Unfortunately, Noah Freeman suffered an injury and will be out the rest of the season. So it'll be interesting to see how they take on the rest of the season. BB, though, is currently tied for 5th in the 5A Central and is looking to move up in the standings by taking down one of the big dogs in the 5A. The Badgers are 2-3 in conference play and lost to Valonia last week in a very close matchup, 17-14, after they had a critical fumble in the fourth quarter that probably cost them the game.
Yeah, and BB's not a bad football team. Joe T. better be on their P's and Q's tonight, or they could have their hands full with BB. It's a team that has some skill players with some juice and very, pretty good team. Maybe not what their record says they are. Ought to be a pretty good showdown there.
Absolutely. Joe T. definitely doesn't need to be sleepwalking going into this game. They need to be up and at them and ready to take on the Badgers. Hootens favors Joe T. in this matchup. Moving on to Maumelle. Maumelle is ranked 22nd, and they're going against the 18th-ranked Morrilton. They're going to be at Morrilton. Maumelle comes to this matchup last in the 5A Central Division after suffering a tough loss against one of the better teams in the 5A, Joe T. last week. The Hornets gave them all they could last week against the Senators, even leading 24-21 in the fourth quarter before finally falling short 35-30.
Yeah, there's no moral victories. But Maumelle had been kind of reeling the last couple weeks. Weston Pierce had been banged up, but they get their starting quarterback back last week, and they put up, what was a very valiant effort against a very good Joe T. Robinson team. They have another good test here tonight against Morrilton, but this is absolutely a winnable game for Maumelle. It'll be interesting to see if Brian Maupin can get his guys up again, after that emotional loss last week.
I think the Hornets have really bought into Coach Maupin here in his first year. I think it's a really well coached team, and I think that they could pull out a win here tonight to get their first conference win, as they have not won a conference game up to this point. Either way, senior quarterback Weston Pierce put on a show last week, along with senior wide receiver and cornerback Trevon Rawls, who was making plays all over the field, offensive side of the ball and on the defense, even forcing a crucial fumble during that game, which was just a huge help for the Hornets.
Yeah, you've seen it from Rawls all season. He can really go, and he's much better when he's got his senior quarterback Weston Pierce in there, and happy for those guys to be back together for the second week in a row here against a good Morrilton football team.
Absolutely. Morrilton is tied for 5th in the 5A Central Division after losing a close matchup with Whitehall last week, 21-20. They are hoping to get quarterback Demarius Martin. They're trying to keep him on track after he took in 2 running touchdowns last week. So they've definitely got a good quarterback on their side. Hootens favors Morrilton in this matchup. Mills is going to have an off week this week, so they will not be playing this week. So let's move on to our game to watch. This is going to be our Natural State Sports game to watch around the state. And my pick was going to go ahead and be the third-ranked Lake Hamilton at the second-ranked Greenwood. Both 6A West schools going up against each other. They're going to be clashing to find out who's going to be leading the 6A West division. Lake Hamilton is off to a hot 7-0 start this season, and they're looking to continue that, facing Greenwood for the 4th time in the past 3 seasons.
Yeah, Lake Hamilton's going to get their first big real test this week to see, is that 7-0 a fluke, or are you a true contender for this state title? As you know, Greenwood, traditional powerhouse in the 6A conference. Lake Hamilton's going to make the long trek up there tonight. That ought to be a fantastic ball game with definite implications on the 6A state title.
Absolutely. I mean, if you want to prove yourself, this is going to be the night for the Lake Hamilton Wolves. That's definitely a fact. They're led by junior quarterback Easton Hurdley, who has 868 yards and 10 touchdowns through the air, along with 5 touchdowns on the ground. He is just a stellar player, especially for a junior. So it's going to be exciting to watch to see what he does for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he does it both ways, right? With his arm and with his legs, and going on the road against a very good Greenwood team, having that dual threat quarterback to keep that defense off balance could really be beneficial for the Wolves.
And I've seen those home games at Greenwood. They get loud. Their fans are rowdy. Their stands are always packed. So it's going to be an exciting game there in Greenwood tonight. Greenwood, on the other hand, they're a game behind Lake Hamilton, the 6A West, with a 4-0 conference record, and they are looking to take the top spot away from the Wolves here tonight. They have a strong senior quarterback as well. This time they have a senior quarterback, Hunter Houston. That should help them. For beating Lake Hamilton tonight, as he is completing 78% of his passes with 1,600 yards and 8 touchdowns through the air this season.
78% completion is such a ridiculous number for any level of football. Maybe even more impressive on the high school level. It's just he's truly a special talent there in Greenwood, and the Lake Hamilton Wolves defense will really have their hands full tonight trying to contain him and keep that Greenwood offense from, just running all over the field on him.
Absolutely. I'm not sure what they put in the water up there, but it seems like every year they've got a stellar quarterback who knows how to hit his passes correctly, understands their offense, and really just gets rolling. And as you know, as we all know, there are a lot of wide receivers that come out of Greenwood as well. Either way, Hootens favors Greenwood in this matchup. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break here tonight, and when we come back, it'll be time for our kickoff with the Sylvan Hills Sports Network. Welcome back, Bears fans, to a great matchup tonight with the Sylvan Hills Bears and the Catholic Rockets. Want to thank you guys again for joining, for taking part in our pregame show tonight. For anyone watching at home, hope you guys are going to enjoy this broadcast, because I think it should be a pretty good game tonight, as I got high hopes for our Bears tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. A great opportunity for the Bears. You have, the undefeated Catholic Rockets, top of the 6A East. You have an opportunity to play them and give them that first loss. Just a great opportunity for Chris Hill's football team here tonight, and we'll see if the Bears are able to pull this one off.
Absolutely. I think the Bears are going to come in here, and they're going to be really jacked to play in this stadium, where the Razorbacks used to play back in the day, and have great matchups every single year. And this is kind of like where it all happens if you're a high school football player. This is the place you want to be playing every single week, and so I know the Bears are going to be pumped to get things going here tonight.
Yeah, if you can end your season inside War Memorial, it's a great season.
We're going to go ahead and go to our coin toss.
Guys, I'm your referee, Mr. Cat, Mr. Jones, Mr. Huffman, Mr. Pruitt, Mr. Stevens. All right, guys, captains of the team, take care of your sides, okay? All right, we're looking for a great game with a lot of good sportsmanship tonight, all right? Sylvan Hills, you're the captain, you're the business, you're going to call the toss. What's your call? What did he call? Tails is the call. It is heads. You want to defer your option to the second half. You want the ball. Which end do you want? You want to kick from that clock picture back to that end zone?
Hey, come over here, guys. Come over here.
Go Silver Rock Catholic the toss, so the further option to the second half. Sylvan Hills will receive. All right, guys, it's been a great game, all right?
Catholic won the toss and decided to defer, and so the Sylvan Hills Bears will take over on offense to start this game. And here come the Bears.
Bears will be getting the football first here tonight. Just a great opportunity to take this football and start the game out with a long touchdown scoring drive, get your team a 7-0 lead, maybe eat up some of that clock, and really grab some momentum in this game early.
Absolutely. The best thing you can do coming into the opposing team's territory, hit them in the mouth. You get the ball first. Just go ahead and ground and pound it all the way in the end zone and really just make a statement right here to start the game.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to come in here and show them that you're not just going to roll over and let them do whatever they want tonight. You got to come in, really set the tone early, and get some momentum on your sideline, get some belief in your sideline over there. And then, anything can happen at that point.
Absolutely. And the Catholic Rockets are about to make their way onto the field as well. A lot of fans out here tonight. Catholic Rockets are definitely showing love for their team, and here come the Rockets.
You got to appreciate the flag bearers there for the Catholic Rockets dressed up as an astronaut.
Absolutely. It still hasn't it still hasn't gotten cool, very cool out here tonight, but it's still a beautiful night out here. Clear skies, and we're just playing to have a great stadium to play in here tonight, and I'm happy to be calling the Bears game for you guys tonight.
Yeah, very warm night for the middle of October, but nonetheless, we're here. We're excited. It's pretty great football weather, all things considered.
Absolutely. We're ready to bring you some Bears football as we are about to get our kickoff underway as the Bears kickoff return team is now taking the field. Back to return is going to be Josiah Rainey and Egan Hall, both newcomers to that return position. Usually it has been Cleo Penn and Colin Billings back there. A little switch up by Coach Chris Hill tonight.
Yeah, we've seen Josiah Rainey back there before, but Egan Hall, I believe he's a newcomer to the return team. That's interesting. We'll see see what kind of juice he has on this return. Maybe he'll get a chance.
It's always good to get a little new blood back there, get a little new excitement, maybe make something special happen. You never know what they can do.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that has to do is you need Cleo Penn available for your first offensive snap. You can't have him exhausted on the first play, so that could be a bit of a strategy move from Chris Hill there to keep his playmakers fresh.
For the kickoff, it's going to be William Aaron for the Rockets. And we are underway here for some Bears football. Back to catch it is Egan Hall. Egan Hall takes it on the left side, breaks a tackle at the 20, all the way up to about the 29-yard line. That was a good job by Egan Hall to break a few tackles and get a decent return out of it.
Yeah, pretty nice return right there. He had a little bit of a lane. He was able to cut it in, but nonetheless, great return. Pretty decent starting field position for the Bears. We'll see what this offense can do and hopefully come out here and get their team an early lead.
That's what Coach Chris Hill is definitely yelling at their offense. Start out fresh, start out smart. No penalties to start this game, and you might make something happen. As Gavin Tyner's now getting under center. Tyner takes the snap, pitches it back to Overton on the right side. Overton gets all the way out to about the 33-yard line for a good 5-yard gain right there. That was a good run by Overton to cut it up and get a decent gain out of it.
Yeah, nice opening play there from the Bears. Good 5-yard gain on first down. I believe that's a formation we don't see very often out of the Bears. They had the double receivers stacked out here, both of them on the line of scrimmage, and they run sweep that way, and they do a nice job of blocking and giving Overton a crease.
Absolutely. Tyner gets under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Harris, who has a lane up the middle all the way up to about the 43-yard line. That was a good job by Harris, and honestly, that offensive line by making a massive hole for Harris to run through.
Yeah, huge hole right there for Harris to run in. Great job right there by Bears offensive line, number 78, Braden Crowley, was downfield. Was able to get up to the second level of that defense and open a nice hole for Mr. Harris. Just a great start to this drive for the Bears.
Absolutely. They look over to the sideline to get some word from their coach. Tyner under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Harris up the middle, who gets a good 4-yard gain out of that play. That's if you're Coach Chris Hill, that's what you want to see on first down right there.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about 5 yards on first down. Just, again, another great hole opened up by the Bears offensive line. And you know Dylan Harris, he's going to hit the hole hard, and he's always going to fall forward for you. So Bears have this a good start to this drive. Just got to keep this going. Got to make sure you stay disciplined here and don't have any drive-killing penalties as I knock on wood here.
Tyner under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Harris up the middle, who gets met 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. They're going to go ahead and give him 3 yards of forward progress on that one, and that's going to bring up a third and about 3.
Yeah, run to the weak side on this one. First time tonight, the Rockets had that one sniffed out. They're able to force this third down, 3rd and 4 here for the Bears. It's a pretty nice defensive play there for the Rockets.
3rd and 4 for the Bears. You know, you don't see Chris Hill pull out a pass early in ball games, so maybe right now might be the time to just pull out a quick pass and maybe put this defense on their toes a little bit. Tyner takes the snap, pitches it back to Joseph Thompson. Joseph Thompson cuts it up and gets tackled right at about the first down marker. Let's see where they spot it.
Yeah, I think they're going to mark him just short. But this is going to be fourth and inches, 4th and very short. I would assume Chris Hill's going to go for this one here. You're in plus territory.
I'm surprised they're not measuring it because the other official had a different spot for the ball, and they don't seem like they're going to measure it. Either way, Tyner's under center, and they're going to try to run a quick play here. They try to surprise the Rockets, get them to jump off sides. Tyner under center. Tyner takes it, and it's going to be a flag on the play. I'm guessing that's going to be a false start. False start on the Bears, which is going to push them back 5 yards and maybe make Chris Hill rethink this decision to go for it.
Yeah, that's tough. What did we say in the pregame? It's penalties and turnovers that have really hurt this football team, especially offensively. They had a nice drive going there, and we're set up for that 4th and short. It's going to back them up 5, but Chris Hill's going to keep the offense on the field here, looking to make an early statement that, hey, we're here to win a football game. Let's see how this offense responds.
Tyner under center. Takes the snap, pitches it back to Overton. Overton has some room, gets all the way up to the 40, 45, all the way up out to the 30, finally gets shoved out of bounds at the 28-yard line after a great run from Overton. That's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Bears, and they're going to be in great field position now to try to score.
Yeah, credit to Chris Hill for trusting his guys, trusting the offense, keeping them out there. Little triple option there. Tyner makes a good pitch, a good timed pitch, and Overton had all kind of room off the right side there. And he picks up a very nice gain to set the Bears up 1st and 10 on the Rocket 27-yard line.
Dylan Harris in the backfield, Tyner under center. Hands it off to Harris up the middle. Harris all the way up to the 20-yard line, falls forward about the 22, and that's going to be a gain of about 8 yards right there for the Bears, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, it looked like the Rockets were maybe misaligned on that one on defense, but nonetheless, the Bears take advantage of it and open up a huge hole and are able to rip off an 8-yard gain on first down, setting them up for 2nd and short. Offense is looking pretty good early. The offensive line is opening up some big holes for these backs to run in.
You know, if you're a defense going up against this Bears team, you want to go ahead and load the box, right? And it seems like they're loading the box, and yet they still seem a little spread out. I'm not really sure what's going on with the Rockets. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Harris up the middle. Again, another hole all the way out to the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him down at about the 13-yard line. Either way, it's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Bears.
Yeah, Bears are doing a very nice job taking care of the nose guard, getting a good solid triple team on him. You get him out of the way. He's the most important defender. You got to block him first, and they've done that so far on this drive, and you've seen that the positives of that in these nice runs they're getting so far.
Tyner under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to Harris on the left side once again. Gets all the way out to about the 6-yard line. And they're going to mark him down at about the 8-yard line. And that's going to be about a 5-yard gain for the Bears, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 5 now.
Just a great-looking drive to start this game out for the Bears, man. This offensive line is moving people early in this game, and that's got to be a good sign for Chris Hill and the Bears. If you can get this kind of movement all game long, this ought to be a great opportunity and give your team a great chance to win this football game.
No, you can't script it any better than this. This is exactly how Chris Hill wanted the start of this game to go. Tyner under center. Takes the snap, keeps it himself on the right side. He's got a little room, gets up to the 5-yard line. Touchdown, Bears! Gavin Tyner sneaks through a line of defenders right there, gets around them all, and manages to get into the end zone. He's got a nose for the end zone, and that is going to be a cornerstone home lending touchdown for the Sylvan Hills Bears. Wow, what a play by Tyner.
Yeah, the Bears had kind of found something on that drive, splitting the two receivers out wide. This time they go with a little more bunch set, little tighter set, and it catches the Rockets off guard. Tyner has a nice hole.
Rivera with the kick. It's up, and it is good, and that's going to make our score 7-0 Bears with 5 minutes and 51 seconds left to go in this first quarter.
Man, you couldn't have scripted a better start for the Bears. A 6-minute, 9-second drive, touchdown scoring drive to start this game for the Bears. Just a phenomenal start to this football game if you're Sylvan Hills.
That might be the best drive I've seen them have all season, to be honest with you. And what a time for it to come against an undefeated team, the Catholic Rockets. You're on the road tonight, coming out you get the ball first, and you really just made a statement with that drive.
Can't say enough about the play of Dylan Harris. He had a key block on that touchdown run from Tyner. Man, that kid just plays hard. He plays hard every play. He's just so fun to watch.
No, you really just can't say enough about Dylan Harris, both sides of the ball. He just puts out phenomenal effort as while he's making plays. He's just putting out a great effort. Dominic Keaton back to take this kickoff from the Bears. Gonzalez on to kick it off. They're going to do an quick onside kick, and the Rockets were ready for it, and they go ahead and fall on it. I'm not sure if they were ready for it, but they had a good front man right there who just fell on the ball smartly, and now they're going to take over with really good field position at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, nice job right there by number 51, Garrett Ross from the Rockets. He didn't leave early, stayed, make sure the ball was kicked deep, and it was not. He was able to pick up what was a pretty easy onside attempt there from the Bears. It's going to put their defense kind of in a tough spot here, giving the Rockets the ball at the 50-yard line. See if they can respond.
Take the snap, hands it off up the middle, and he gets taken down at about the 50-yard line. That was Dominic Keaton with the run right there, and it's only for about a 1-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 now.
Big 54, Keyshawn Jones on the stop, just took his man and really stretched that play out and was able to get off the block and make the play. Great start for the Bears defense to respond to the poor field position.
Sanders takes a snap, fakes it to Keaton, and he passes it to the left side, and he overthrows his wide receiver. That was good coverage by Pete Overton right there, as he was right there to force a throw that he had to thread the needle with that pass, and unfortunately he couldn't do it, and now that's going to bring up a third down and 9.
Yeah, the Rockets send 2 receivers out of the backfield there, but the Bears were ready for it, had it covered pretty well. Would have taken a pretty nice pass from the quarterback, and he wasn't able to execute there. Going to leave him a 3rd and long.
Sanders takes the snap, looking to pass, has all day to pass it over the middle, and he overthrows his wide receiver by about 10 yards right there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Good 3 and out here for the Bears as the Catholic Rockets are about to send on their punting unit, I believe.
Yeah, Sanders, I think he could have ran for that one if he wanted to, but he elects to throw the deep ball. It goes incomplete on him, and that's going to be a very quick 3 and out for this Rocket offense. And the Bears are going to be getting the football back here with what I imagine has to be a pretty gassed Rocket defense at this point in the game.
Absolutely. The Rockets with the punt. It is a decent punt. Hits at about the 13-yard line and rolls into the end zone for a touchback, and that's good. That's just a great news for the Bears as they are going to take over now at the 20-yard line.
Man, you couldn't have scripted the start any better for the Bears, right? You come out, 6-minute plus touchdown drive. You try the onside kick. It doesn't go your way. Rockets have good start and field position. Defense comes out, gives a 3 and out, and then the punt is going to roll about 20 yards into the end zone for the touchback. Just a great start here for the Bears.
Absolutely fantastic start for the Bears. It was a good job by their defense. Looked like they had really schemed up well for this Catholic's offense. And now we have Tyner under center. Tyner takes the snap, keeps himself on the left side. He's got some room, gets taken down after about a 7-yard gain right there. That was a good job by Tyner. Good decision, keeps it himself, and manages to get 7 yards out of it.
Yeah, just another nice hole from that offensive line. They're really playing well early in this football game. Moving big number 78, Braden Crawley. Got him at the tight end position. They've been switching him side just about every play. Keeping this Rocket off defense on their toes.
Tyner under center. Takes the snap, keeps himself on the left side again. He gets tripped up, though, right at the line of scrimmage, and he falls forward for about a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 now for the Bears.
Yeah, just a missed assignment here on the back end of this play. Pretty nice play there for the defensive lineman from the Rockets to get in the backfield and make that play. Bears going to go quick here.
Takes the snap, and he gets shoved back for no gain right there. They're going to mark forward progress right at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up a 4th down now for the Bears.
Yeah, I think if you're Chris Hill, you probably he is going to keep his offense on the field.
This is definitely a risky call by Chris Hill right here.
But you have to respect the aggressiveness, right, on your own 29-yard line.
Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Harris up the middle, who gets the 1st down. Enough for the 1st down. He's still going. Finally gets taken out at the 39-yard line for a medicine shot 1st down for the Bears. That was just a gutsy call by Chris Hill that paid off.
Yeah, Bears 2 for 2 on 4th downs early in this game. That one was even more of an aggressive call from Chris Hill. They were on their own 29-yard line, but, hey, you got Dylan Harris. You trust him to go get you a yard. Instead, he goes and gets you 10 and sets the Bears up 1st and 10.
Tyner under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Harris on the left side, who gets hit at the line of scrimmage and gets taken down with a 1-yard gain.
Catholics made an adjustment on this drive. The opening drive, they were going 4-down linemen. They've now got a five-man look out there to kind of even out this overloaded Bears offense.
Well, the Bears definitely have a size advantage on them with their offensive linemen over their defensive linemen. The Rockets' defensive line seems to be a little bit quicker, a little bit less weight-wise, and they're able to kind of do a quick swim move and get past that offensive line. Tyner takes a snap, pitches it back to Overton, who cuts it upfield, gets all the way out to about the 44-yard line. And that's going to be a decent game by Overton and make this a 3rd and 5, which is manageable.
Yeah, and that's what you saw from the Bears early on. They were running to the strong side of the field, and they do it there again and get a nice gain on 2nd down to set them up in 3rd manageable. The Rockets have gone with the 5 defensive linemen to try to kind of counter that. they were unsuccessful on that one. We'll see if Chris Hill and the Bears, Gavin Tyner and the Bears can pick up this first down.
Chris Hill's been very aggressive tonight. I don't know if he's going to elect to pass it here. I'd kind of be surprised if he did pass it here, but let's see what he does. Tyner takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he almost fumbles the ball, but he gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage at about the 40-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Bears now. 4th down for the Bears, and Chris Hill elects to go ahead and punt the ball.
Yeah, I think if you pick up any amount of yards right there on that 3rd down, you probably go for it again on 4th down, but 4th and 9 is just too much of an ask for your offense. You got to punt this one away. Not sure what happened right there. Tyner just looked like he tried to pitch it and couldn't get a good grip on the ball. Just fortunate they didn't turn it over there.
I don't know if Tyner really had a shot, as I think there was a defender coming off the backside. The punt is away for the Bears. Decent punt, gets all the way out to about the 26, 27-yard line, but the Catholic Rockets return man cuts it outside to the left and finally gets taken out of bounds. That was a decent run by Cole Eckler right there for the Rockets.
Yeah, pretty nice play by the punter to field that snap. It was a low snap. He didn't panic, though. Picked it up and got off a pretty nice punt. But it was kind of a low-line drive, and the Rocket return man had some room to operate and turned it into a pretty nice return, and it's going to set up the Rockets with good field position again on their own 49-yard line.
1 minute and 8 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Sanders takes a snap, hands it off to Keaton up the middle. Keaton gets about a 1-yard gain right there before he's stopped at about the line of scrimmage. He managed to fall forward for that 1-yard gain. It's going to bring up a 2nd and about 9 for the Rockets.
Yeah, you have Jonathan Goins in at linebacker for the Bears, likely in place of Carlos Stevens, who is suspended for this game.
Sanders takes a snap, looking to pass on the right side, and it's intercepted by the Bears. Intercepted, just an amazing catch right there. That was just an amazing catch. Jonathan Goins comes across the middle and just beelines for the ball and just manages to just get it right in his hands. Wow, what an acrobatic catch by Goins right there. Good job by the Bears defense, just read it perfectly, and now this offense is going to come back onto the field and get back to work.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you draw it up if you're a defensive coordinator right there. You got to have your linebackers find work in a zone. See, the inside receiver goes deep. He passes that off, sees the man cutting in behind him, and makes a play on that football. Jonathan Goins, what a play.
Probably his biggest play of the year so far. And what a time for it to come. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off, or pitches it back to Joseph Thompson, who hits a man real hard right there. Finally gets taken down at about the 46-yard line, but there is a flag on the other side of the field. So let's see what this is for.
Looks like they're going to get him for an illegal shift here.
It's going to be and he is right. Will be an illegal shift, which is going to push them 5 yards back from the original line of scrimmage. And now it's going to bring up a 1st and 15 for the Bears. I want to go ahead and remind you guys to join us for our Ackles Carpet One halftime show, where we will be recapping the first half of this ball game, as well as going over our PCSSD scores around the state. And if you're enjoying this broadcast, go ahead and give us go ahead and hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. Tyner under center. Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Harris, who breaks a bunch of tackles right there and gets 6 yards after a really nice run by Harris.
Yeah, it gets back to at least the original line of scrimmage there. Gonna give your team a shot here to get a fresh set of downs. Just a nice run right there again by Dylan Harris. Just tough to bring down one-on-one.
You know, the Rockets had a matchup about 2 weeks ago against West. Oh, and that's going to be the end of our first quarter. When we come back, we will go ahead and kick off this second quarter. Thank you guys for joining our broadcast.
Thank you for choosing your local hometown pharmacy. I'm Chrissy Barr, owner and pharmacist of the Medicine Shop of North Little Rock, where you're not just a number, you're part of the family, even your pets. Here at the Medicine Shop of North Little Rock, we offer several services to assist you with your daily prescription needs. We offer MedSync for easy refills, Dispill packaging for those taking multiple meds and for kids taking meds at school, and of course all of this with no long lines or wait times. You can have your prescription filled while you wait. Come see us at the Medicine Shop of North Little Rock, located at 3836 John F. Cave Boulevard, or call us at 758-1010 to speak with a pharmacist about your personalized needs.
And we are back, Bears fans, for our second quarter of play on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. We got a good one for you here tonight. Sylvan Hills is leading the ball game 7-0 at the start of the second quarter as we got Gavin Tyner under center. Tyner takes the snap, fakes the handoff, pitches it back to Overton, who that pitch was almost picked off, but he gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage by about 5 yards. So that's going to be about a 5-yard loss for the Bears.
Yeah, just kind of a slow developing play right there from the Bears. And the got to give the Catholic defense credit there. They were on the attack, and you're right, almost caught that pitch. But the Bears were able to retain possession and going to set them up for a 3rd and long here. And Jonathan Goins is going to miss a block on that one.
The Rockets right there were expecting nothing but run right there. They didn't even try to think it was a pass. Tyner takes the snap, and he decides to pass it over the middle, and it hits the hands of Joseph Thompson, and he gets hit by a Rockets D-back right there. Pretty hard hit on Joseph Thompson. Glad he could get up after that one. Either way, that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Bears.
Yeah, that ball sails a little bit on Tyner. It's a ball you got to put in with a little more zip, give your guy a chance to catch it and brace for that hit, but it sails, and Thompson takes a big hit there from the safety. Credit the Rockets defense on that one. Pretty nice play.
Bears back for the punt. The Rockets have 2 return men. The punt is away, and it's going to hit at about the 18-yard line, and it's caught, and he gets shoved out of bounds. Shoved out of bounds after some decent coverage by the Bears right there, and the Rockets are going to start their drive at about the 29-yard line.
Yeah, much better punt coverage there from the Bears. That punt had a little more hang time, allowed them to get downfield on it. They were able to make the tackle and set up their defense here and give Catholic a long field.
Sanders takes a snap, keeps himself on the left side all the way up to the 35-yard line, finally gets taken down at about the 38-yard line, and that's going to be a good 8-yard gain for the Catholic Rockets.
Yeah, that's too much on 1st down if you're the Bears defense. Got to win on 1st down. So important in this game of football. Just
Sanders takes the snap, keeps himself again up the middle, gets taken down near the 1st down marker. See where they mark it. They're going to mark it about a half a yard short here. So it's going to be 3rd and half a yard now for the Rockets. Third and half a yard. Sanders takes the snap, hands it off to Keaton up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage, but manages to fall forward for about a yard right there, and that's going to bring up a Medicine Shop 1st down for the Rockets.
Yeah, that's a new age football right there. 3rd and half a foot, and you're in the shotgun. That's just how the game is played today, and the Rockets are going to pick up that 1st down.
Sanders takes the snap, looking to pass on the right side. Got a wide open receiver right there, and he finally gets taken down after spinning all over the field, and manages to get a 1st down out of it. That's going to be a Medicine Shop 1st down for the Rockets.
Yeah, that was a nice play from Sanders right there. He looks off the linebacker Harris. Harris has to go cover that bubble, and they throw it right behind him to complete that slant route.
Sanders takes a snap, hands it off to Keaton up the middle, and he's brought down hard by Jonathan Goins. Jonathan Goins makes a tackle right there at the line of scrimmage and forces a no-gain play right there. They're going to mark it about a yard loss, actually. So now it's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Rockets.
Yeah, great play right there from Goins. Just showed great instinct, scraping across the top.
Sanders takes the snap, passes it out left to Keaton, his running back, and he's going to get shoved out of bounds. Shoved out of bounds after about a 10-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a third and one now.
Yeah, just a little simple swing pass right there. Looked like it was a swing pass all the way as the wide receiver was blocking the whole way for the Rockets.
Sanders takes a snap, keeps it himself, gets touched in the backfield, but he gets around the defenders and finally gets taken down at about the 25-yard line, and that's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Rockets.
All right, so if you're the Bears defense, you've started to see Sanders have some success on this drive, throwing it and with his legs. Really got to bow your neck here and force a field goal attempt here in the red zone.
Sanders takes a snap, hands it off to Keaton up the middle. Keaton gets all the way up to about the 20-yard line for a good 6-yard gain right there for the Rockets. The Rockets are just having their way right now. If you're the Sylvan Hills Bears, you need to make a change. Hands it off to Keaton again up the middle, and he's met by Jonathan Goins. Goins is really just having a game tonight. He's just met that running back with really hard right there, right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Catholic was going lightning fast those last couple of plays, and that'll slow him down right there. A 2-3 yard loss. Good play, Jonathan Goins.
Sanders takes the snap, looking to pass right. He's going to go ahead and keep it himself, and he gets hit. Gets hit after a good 6-yard gain. That's going to bring up a medicine shot first down for the Rockets.
Yeah, they just get that first down. Going to bring up first and 10 from about the 16-yard line. And you just got to make sure when Sanders takes off with it that you make sure he feels you on that tackle. He's got to pay for it.
Sanders takes a snap, passes it deep in the right to the right of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. That it's caught by Brooks for the Rockets right there, and that touchdown is brought to you by Cornerstone Home Lending.
Pretty nice ball right there from Sanders. Just floats it out there on the flag route. Drops it right in the bucket to his receiver.
Brooks Ward on the catch right there.
It looks like Colin Billings just kind of got caught looking in the backfield there. Going to leave his man open in the back of the end zone.
Jackson Barron with the kick for the Rockets. It is up, and it is good. And that's going to tie our ball game up 7-7 with 7 minutes and 33 seconds left to go in the second quarter. While we take a break here before this kickoff, I just want to remind you guys to join us for our Akles Carpet One halftime show, where we will be recapping the first half of this ball game as well as going over our PCSSD sports matchups around the state. We really appreciate you guys joining our broadcast tonight. If you wouldn't mind going ahead and hitting that thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button, we'd really appreciate it.
You know, Sanders, quarterback for the Rockets, had really kind of had a rough start to the game. Overthrew some people on the 3-and-out and then throws an interception on the next drive, but he looked pretty impressive on that one, both with his legs and throwing the football through a couple just right on the money, and the Rockets were able to march right down the field and tie this game up. But nonetheless, if you're the Bears, you're going to get this ball back with 7.5 minutes on the clock before halftime. Just really important that you go down and go get points here, as the Rockets are going to receive the second half kickoff.
Absolutely. As we know, the Rockets played the West Memphis Blue Devils about 2 weeks ago, and they got off to a slow start in that ball game too, and ended up winning it. So you can't really overlook the Rockets, even if you're up points on them. You need to score points, and as many as you can. The Rockets kick it away. It's going to get caught it get caught at the 15-yard line. It's caught at the 15-yard line by Egan Hall, and he gets all the way up to about the 26-yard line. Decent return, and that's going to put them in decent field position to start this drive. All right, Tyner under center, trying to get this drive started off on the right foot. Tyner takes the snap, keeps it himself on the right side. He's got some room all out there, and he finally gets taken down after about a 4-yard gain. 4-yard gain right there, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. That was a good run by Tyner.
Yeah, nice gain there on first down. You know, if you're this Bears offense, you've just got to make sure that you're in front of the sticks, that your offense is on time. Can't have any negative plays, especially on first down.
Tyner takes the snap, hands it off, keeps it himself on the right side, and he's got a little room. But that was just a really good tackle by the Rockets right there as they strung it out, and I thought Tyner was going to be able to get around it, but he doesn't, as they make a good tackle for no gain right there.
Yeah, pretty nice open field tackle right there from the Rockets. Yeah, you're right. It looked like Tyner was going to be able to get the corner, pick up a nice gain, but big 44 for the Rockets shut that down, and going to leave the Bears with a third and about 6, third and a long 6.
Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Harris or Titus Stout up the middle. I see a flag was thrown right there. I'm not sure if that's going to be for a holding or not. It came from the side judge on the far end of the field. Let's see what they decide to call. They're going to call him for an illegal block. That's going to be a chop block right there, and that's going to back up the Bears. That's going to back the Bears up. Let's see if I'm not sure if they're going to be able to repeat the down.
Yeah, it should still be third down. Going to be third down about 12 for the Bears.
Take that back, third down and about 15. Third down about 17. They got pushed back a lot right there, about 15 yards. That is a tough penalty to get right there. It was going to be fourth down either way. I guess gives another shot. Maybe they might try to take a shot downfield and see if they can't get a first down out of it. Tyner takes the snap, pitches it out right to Overton. Overton, or Josiah Rainey, cuts it up. Barely gets back to the line of scrimmage, and it's bring up fourth down for the Bears at about the 19-yard line.
Yeah, got to put this one away for the Bears. Defense has played all right so far to start this game. Had a rough time out last drive, but backed up like this, fourth and long, got to punt it away. Just got to make sure we have good coverage here on this punt and give your defense a chance to come up with a stop.
Need a good punt right here for the Bears. The punt's away, almost blocked. Good coverage. He's going to cut it outside, though, and he gets taken down. That was a great tackle. Great tackle by Jeremiah Smith right there to hold him for what could have been a big return. And they're going to start their drive at about the 49-yard line.
Yeah, he had a lot of room, like you said, over here on this right side. Potentially touchdown-saving tackle right there from number 45, Jeremiah Smith. Let's see if the Bears can get Sanders off his spot here. And
Sanders takes the snap, hands it off to Keaton up the middle, and they did a quick counter right there, and the Bears fell for it, and he gets all the way up to about the 39-yard line. Looks like that's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Rockets.
Yeah, a little counter play right there. Like you said, he had a nice hole to run through. Very well executed right there by the Catholic offense.
Sanders with the snap, fakes the handoff to Keaton, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. That was just a good job by the Bears defensive line. Jaden Foster, Kanye Williams back there to make the stop.
Yeah, it's tough on a defense when an offense is going lightning fast like that. But how do you slow down? An offense that's going quick, going with the hurry up, is you got to create those negative plays.
That was just a bad read by Sanders right there, because Jaden Foster is quick and he thought he could outrun him. Sanders with the ball, and he's going to try to keep it himself, and he does keep it himself, and he gets slung down by Jaden Foster. slung down by Jaden Foster. Sanders was looking to pass. He instantly decided to run the ball, and unfortunately for him, he only got about a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 8 now for the Rockets.
Yeah, Sanders is looking for a face mask call there, but that was all shoulder pad right there from the Bears. Just a nice tackle. It's a big, strong man out there. Big number 56.
Jaden Foster. Sanders takes the snap, looking to pass. Passes it over the middle and overthrows his wide receiver, and his wide receiver tried to do a little bit of a sell job right there by trying to fall over, and unfortunately the officials were not, or fortunately for the Bears, the officials were not fooled, and now that is going to bring up a 4th and 9 for the Rockets.
Yeah, great no call right there. Just two guys looking to make a play on the ball. I don't think either one of them had much of a shot at that one. Good no call right there by the referee. Going to bring up 4th and long for the Rockets. We'll see if they elect to go for it. Kind of no man's land here. It's a great opportunity for the Bears to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
They're going to leave their offense on the field. Sanders is going to go ahead and punt it. Sanders punts it, and that's a pretty good punt right there. He marks it, and he keeps it within the 20-yard line at about the 12-yard line, and now the Bears are going to have a long field to go as they're going to have 88 yards to go before they hit pay dirt.
Yeah, very well executed punt right there by the quarterback Sanders. I mean, that looked like me with the wedge shot right there on the golf course. That thing just stopped right there on the 10-yard line. That's how you draw up that little pooch punt. Just a great execution right there from the Rockets. But nonetheless, the Bears are going to get the ball back with an opportunity to take the lead going into halftime here. We'll see how aggressive Chris Hill gets backed up, in the shadow of his own goalpost.
Tyner, under center, takes the snap, hands it off up the middle for Titus Stout, who has all sorts of room. Titus Stout gets about an 11-yard gain right there. That was a good job by Titus Stout to hit the hole hard, and he gets a first down out of it. That's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Bears.
Yeah, again, the Bears run into their strength, the strong side of the offense. They're kind of overloaded on that side, open up another big hole on the dive play. And Titus Stout, like you said, hit it hard. Going to pick up a nice gain, give the Bears a little breathing room here.
2 minutes and 55 seconds left in this second quarter, as the Bears have really just been eating up a lot of clock in this game. Tyner, under center, takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. This time Stout the ball's out. I think the Bears managed to fall on it, though.
The flag came in at the end of that one in the area of holding. 2 flags on the play.
I think they're going to call a chop block I think that's what they're going to call.
Yeah, we've seen the Bears hit with a lot of those this season.
I think the Rockets coach noticed that in their first drive, and now he went ahead and pointed it out to the officials, and now they're going to start calling it.
Yeah, he's been working them over here, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and back them up. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, which is going to push them back a lot right here.
Still conferencing. Interesting, they went and asked the Catholic coaches if they wanted to decline the penalty before they had decided what the call was going to be. Still talking about it.
Still conversing over there, having a long conversation on this one. Not sure what they're talking about right here. I guess we're about to find out.
Illegal block below the way, offense number 9. The foul occurred during the loose ball. The penalty will reinforce half the distance from the end of the related drive. Replay first down.
So that is going to be an illegal block on the Bears, and that's going to push them back about 15 yards. And now they're going to start. Now they're going to be right back where they originally started their drive at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, Chris Hill going to take a timeout here, mainly to have a word with this official rather than his team. He doesn't appear to be too happy about that call. it's interesting. The Bears have been hit with a lot of those this season. I don't know if that's maybe a rule that has just recently changed or what, but they get called for that. It seems like at least once a football game. And
I'd be interested to actually look up that rule to see exactly what they're talking about, because I don't know if you heard who they called that on, but they called it on Pete Overton. Well, so I don't really if you call it on Pete Overton, I thought they were going to call it on an offensive lineman. If you don't call it on the offensive lineman, I'd like to go back and see what Pete Overton did on that play for them to call a chop block. I'm not really sure. Either way, maybe I might need to break out the old rule book and check out exactly what chop block is, so I know exactly what they're calling that penalty for. Because, like you said, they have been calling it more often on the Bears all season, and you didn't see that the whole first drive, and they like to run the ball. So you'd think if they called it right here, they would have called it in the first quarter. But either way, the game is going to continue. They're going to have the ball at the 11-yard line. It's going to be first and about 22.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a killer of a penalty. Just really digs the offense in a hole.
Tyner takes a snap. He's going to elect to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be overthrown. He overthrows Scales. Overthrows Scales after Scales might be got touched there just a hair and knocked him over. Either way,
Bears are going to get a gift here. Roughing the passer penalty. It's going to give them an automatic first down plus the 15.
That is definitely a gift for the Bears right there. That's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Bears.
All right, so now you're back to pretty much your original line of scrimmage before the illegal block penalty.
Tyner under center, takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and he is met hard. Dylan Harris is just met hard right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. He's actually going to lose a yard on that play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 now.
Yeah, the Rockets had that one sniffed out pretty well. Going to give them a 2nd and long. We'll see, Chris Hill put it in the air a couple times. We'll see if he keeps trusting Tyner and allows him to throw it here.
If you're Chris Hill, I'd like to get some points on the board, but I don't want to see the ball get into the Rockets' hands. Tyner keeps it himself on the right side, and he's going to get taken down short of the line of scrimmage and by about a yard, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 12 now. There's a minute 40 on the clock.
Catholic's going to take a timeout here, looking to get the ball back.
Catholic takes a timeout, looking to get the ball back, and so now Chris Hill has a decision. So when they come back out, do you want to run the ball and force them to burn another one of their timeouts, or do you think you should just throw it since they're going to call a timeout either way and try to get the first down?
Yeah, I think if you're Chris Hill, you look for a high percentage pass. That isn't a word that's used very often in this offense, but look for some type of screen, something like that. An easy completion, so you guarantee that clock continues to run, but you give your team a chance to pick this up on 3rd and 12.
What I would really just like to see, a quick slant over the middle might just be the trick right here. It would at least get you, if you don't get the first down off of a quick slant, because I don't think the Rockets would be expecting it, then you'd get at least enough yards to make it 4th and short, But either way, like you said, a quick pass, like you said, a screen pass would do them great. We've seen them run a screen pass here or there throughout the season. So it's going to be interesting to see what Chris Hill comes up with to run, what play to run on this 3rd down.
Yeah, got to trust your senior quarterback here, Tyner, to know that anything is all right here as long as it's not a turnover on this part of the field.
Tyner takes the snap, keeps it himself, pitches it back to Joseph Thompson, and he fumbles the ball. Couldn't hold on to that pitch, and now the Catholics fall on it, and now they're going to take over. at the 23-yard line, just a skip hop away from the end zone with 1 minute and 34 seconds left to go in the second quarter. That is just a dagger to the Bears after they've had such a good first half.
Yeah, just Thompson couldn't handle that pitch. Wasn't a bad pitch or anything, just couldn't handle it. The Rockets are going to fall on it, and they're going to be set up 1st and 10 from the Bears' 22-yard line. Tough ask for this defense, but they got to come out here, sudden change, and force at least a field goal attempt.
Sanders takes the snap, keeps it himself, and he's going to cut it out to the left side, make him tacklers miss. Finally gets taken down. That was Goins and Jaden Foster on the tackle right there. Or my mistake, that was Goins and Keyshawn Jones on the tackle right there. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 5 now. Sanders takes the snap, looking to pass on the right side. He might be trying to run it, still looking downfield, and he's going to outrun the defensive lineman. He gets hit hard by Goins right there. He gets hit hard by Goins at about the 10-yard line, and that's going to bring up a medicine shot first down for the Rockets, as they are now going to have it 1st and goal.
Yeah, I think the head ball coach will say, hey, next time just step out of bounds. We want the clock to stop anyway. No need to risk your body. And you can tell Sanders is definitely feeling that one as he walks over to the sideline to get the call. I think the Rockets huddle up here kind of by design to give the quarterback a breather after that big hit.
Sanders takes the snap, looking to pass. Looking to pass over the middle. He's going to keep it himself, it looks like, but he's going to be sacked. He's going to be sacked for a loss. Jaden Foster and Kanye Williams right there for a sack, and they're going to lose about a yard on that play. That was just a great job by that defensive lineman, by the defensive line, not giving up. Not giving up, and that's going to be a timeout by the Rockets.
Yeah, great coverage right here by the Bears on the back end, and you saw it right there. Sanders wasn't as excited to take off running with it as he has been earlier in the game. That's likely, you can attribute that to that hit down here on the sideline.
Like Jonathan Goins, who just laid the wood on him.
Yeah, but that's a huge play there for the Bears. Going to back the Rockets up to about the 11-yard line, 2nd down. Plenty of time if you're the Rockets, 54 seconds. If you're this defense, you just got to make sure that you're ready for the quarterback run, right? It's easy to stop the first play, but, with the quarterback that's mobile, it's almost, 2 plays in one. If the pass play breaks down, he has the ability to pull the ball down and make something happen with his legs. And, if you're that Bears defensive line, you just got to be ready for that. Make sure you keep him contained in the pocket and can break off your block and make a play if he does decide to run with it.
Being a little optimistic here, the Bears have only had one other game where they had more than one forced turnover in a ball game. They've already got an interception here tonight, so they definitely are hoping for some type of turnover. If not, you got to force it. You want to really force a field goal right here, then that would just be a huge win for the Bears. Sanders takes the snap, fakes the pitch to Keaton. He's going to be looking to pass. No, he's going to fake it, and he's going to be taken down by Holloway. Taken down by Holloway after he kind of just chunks it into no man's land right there.
So if you call that an incomplete pass, you've got to call the penalty for lineman downfield. Trying to get the explanation from the referee there. They did call it an incomplete pass. I don't see how you miss the offensive lineman for the Rockets pretty much standing in the end zone on that one.
I'm not really sure. I'm also not really sure. I don't know if you know this, but there is no there's no throwing away a pass in high school football. That is just an automatic penalty, and there was nobody in the area, so kind of weird that there was no flag on the Rockets right there. Either way, it's going to be a 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11, and Sanders is going to be back to take the snap once again. The clock says 0. Now, Katake, it's going to be a delay of game on the Rockets now. Delay of game on the Rockets going to push him back 5 yards, and now that's going to be 3rd and 16 for the Rockets.
Yeah, that was just a strange sequence. I really want to go back and see what they called on that one. But nonetheless, the Bears are going to be on 3rd down from the 15.
Sanders takes the snap, looking to pass it over the middle, and it's caught in the end zone. Caught in the end zone by Brooks Ward. And that's going to be unfortunate for the Bears, as that is a cornerstone home lending touchdown for the Rockets.
Yeah, it's tough right there. Looks like Joseph Thompson kind of had some bad eyes here looking in the backfield and lets his man get behind him, and he's wide open in the end zone. Just unfortunate there for the Bears. Really unfortunate turn of events on that drive. They had their chances to get a stop.
The PAT is up, and it is good. And that's going to put our score at 14-7 Rockets with 39 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Just an unfortunate fumble by Joseph Thompson that led to that touchdown right there. And if you're the Bears, you got to shake that off. You got a close game here. Close game here on the road against an undefeated team. I think if you're Chris Hill, you're going to that offense. I mean, this is a winnable ball game. You're keeping it close right here. You still have 39 seconds left to go. I'm sure Chris Hill's not going to be too aggressive right here. I'm sure he's going to try to just go ahead and run this clock out.
Yeah, it all starts right here on this kick return. If you want, to give the offense an opportunity to score with 39 seconds, you've got to get a good return here. Maybe motivate your coach to be a little more aggressive going into halftime. But yeah, you're right. This is a game that the Rockets have shown us nothing special, nothing that the Bears can't compete with. This ought to be a great football game the rest of the way. We'll see if the Bears can maybe pick up a cheap one here before halftime to tie it up.
Absolutely. Maybe who knows? We might see a little special teams magic here. You got Josiah Rainey and Ian Hall back there. Egan Hall catches it at about the 5-yard line, but he goes nowhere. Gets taken down at about the 15-yard line. And so that is going to be where the Bears are going to start this drive with 34 seconds left. I doubt too much comes of it. I'm sure Chris Hill is going to just elect to send his offense out there and run this clock out.
Yeah, I mean, you turned it over in this area last time out. I think you got to be real careful with the football here. You're only down by a touchdown. Definitely don't want that to be 2 scores coming out in the second half. Just need to be careful with the football. Make sure you get into halftime with nothing worse than a 1-score deficit.
Tyner under center goes ahead and takes a knee. Try to channel that 6-second touchdown that Ryan Mallett threw way back when. Maybe channel a little energy and spark something crazy in this Bears offense with 15 seconds left.
Yeah, and the Bears won't have to snap it again before half. The time is going to expire on this one, and we're going to go to halftime.
And that's going to be the end of our first half. We will be back with the recap with our Ackles Carper One halftime show, where we will be recapping the first half of this ball game, as well as our other PCSSD sports matchups around the state. Tune in for our Ackles halftime show.
It is the grand opening sale at Ackles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room per month. Plus, get your sales tax paid.
We make it beautiful.
For less.
It is the grand opening sale at Akel's Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room per month. Plus, get your sales tax paid.
We make it beautiful.
For less.
University of Arkansas in Fayetteville and major in biomedical engineering. Miss Holly Phillips.
Welcome, Bears fans, to our Equals Carpet One halftime show. We're going to go ahead and start our recap of this ball game. Right now, the Rockets are leading 14-7 at halftime. It's just been the Bears had a great start to this ball game. Just had a dominant drive right off the bat that just went all the way down the field into the end zone to get their touchdown.
Yeah, they came out hot. Just you couldn't have asked for a better start to this football game for the Bears. Come out 6-minute plus drive, touchdown scoring drive, and then your defense comes out and gets you a 3-and-out and you get the ball back. But since then, the Bears offense, it's been a lot of the same mistakes that have plagued them all season long. You saw some penalties, you saw some costly turnovers, and really you look at this score 14-7, and they've kind of gifted Catholic those 14 as they've been able to start well in plus territory on both of those scoring drives. So, if you're the Bears, you got to come out of this locker room knowing that if you take care of the football, if you play mistake-free football here in this second half, this is absolutely a game that you can win. That's what Chris Hill's got to be telling his team here.
Absolutely. Catholic's undefeated on the season, and the Bears are hanging in tough with them right now. Honestly, the score should be 7-7 if it wasn't for a costly fumble by the Bears right there at closer towards the end of the second quarter. It'd probably still be 7-7. Either way, the Bears on offense for them, they haven't gotten anything going in the air, but they do have Dylan Harris in that backfield. He's ran it 10 times for 49 yards, averaging 4.9 yards a carry, just doing a really good job. And they also have Pete Overton, who was playing at the up back position, and has managed to get 33 yards. And Gavin Tyner, who has 21 yards on the ground, and also has our only touchdown for the Bears on the night. Gavin Tyner's really he's playing well tonight. He's kept it a couple times and broken off a couple good runs. Haven't really had any explosive plays for the Bears just yet. Hopefully we might see something break open in the second half.
Yeah, you've seen Tyner. He's missed a couple throws that were there for him, but missed those. But he's looked pretty good running the football tonight. But, yeah, if the Bears want to come out and win this football game, you're right, they're going to have a couple explosive plays. Tyner's going to have to complete a couple of those passes in the second half. We're not sure, what's wrong with Cleo Penn, maybe if there's an injury there, maybe some type of disciplinary action. But he's a football player that the Bears need. He's just an explosive player and someone who really brings a different dynamic to this offense. So we'll see if he's able to get on the field in the second half. You can't say enough about how much he means to this football team.
I wouldn't be surprised that as long as he's not hurt, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out onto the field in the second half. But on the Rockets side of the ball, they have their two touchdowns are credited to Sam Sanders, who has thrown them both through the air. He's 4 for 9 for 52 yards. They're not really getting anything going on the offensive side of the ball. The Bears defense is doing a really good job of holding them to not too many yards, and this Bears defense is holding them down.
Yeah, the Bears defense, they're hanging tough, right? This is a pretty good offensive team. Sanders has put up some pretty nice numbers all season long. But the Bears back end has really played well with the exception of 2 plays, where they lost their man and let them get behind them, which, always spells trouble for a defensive back. You can make mistakes as long as they're in front of you. You let stuff get behind you, and that's usually a touchdown. But this Bears defense has done a nice job against the run, and they've really done a nice job just, making sure Sanders can't just sit back there on his spot all game long. They've got to make sure that they work hard in the second half to move him and make sure he's uncomfortable in the pocket. You've seen him. They've laid a couple big hits on him here in the first half. You got to have more of that in the second half. Make sure you just can't let him get too comfortable.
I want to single out Jonathan Goins specifically. He has really been making a bunch of good plays on defense, whether it's hitting the quarterback real hard or making tackles for losses or making their lone interception that the Bears forced early in that second quarter.
Yeah, and he's getting the opportunity to play tonight because Carlos Stevens is out. And he's made the most of that opportunity. Like you said, been flying all over the football defensively, making tackles all over the field, and he has the interception, like you said. Jonathan Goins has really played a nice first half and has really been an exciting addition to the Bears defense. He looks a very athletic kid out there, been flying around making some nice plays.
Absolutely. I'd say he's definitely the highlight player of the first half for the Bears so far, as he's definitely been really shining and flying all around the field tonight. That's going to do it for our recap of this game, though. Let's go ahead and tune into our PCSSD matchups across the state. Right now, Joe T. Robinson and BB are tied 10-10 at halftime, which is a lot closer than I think anyone around the state anticipated.
Yeah, we said pregame that BB, their football team, they're maybe a little better than what their record says. They've lost some close football games, but they have some really talented skill position players, and their defense has, made some nice plays early in the season. And they have they're playing a very good Joe T. Robinson team, but you said it, they're hanging tough, making the Senators work tonight. It'll be interesting to see if quarterback Quentin Murphy can come out and kind of settle his team down and lead them to victory in the second half, as he has done so many times in this season.
Absolutely. I think they're really feeling the loss of Noah Freeman. They suffered that loss last week. Either way, the Senators are going to come out and look to take get that game under control and get a win out of it. Moving on to Maumelle. Maumelle is losing to Morrilton 27-14 right now at halftime. It's unfortunate for the Hornets. They really are just taking a tough. Looks like it's going to be a tough ball game for them. We're going to see in the second half if they can't come back.
Yeah, tough. You saw the Hornets. They gave the Senators a run for their money last week. And we were kind of concerned about that pregame. Could Brian Maupin get his guys up again after such an emotional loss last week? And they haven't gotten off to a great start this week against Morrilton. But Morrilton, they're a good football team too. That's two pretty tough conference games back-to-back if you're the Hornets. But we'll see if quarterback Weston Pierce can't get them back into that game in the second half.
Absolutely. And now moving on to our Natural State Sports game to watch, and that was going to be Lake Hamilton at Greenwood. Greenwood is really putting it on Lake Hamilton. They're leading the ball game 21-0 at halftime. Greenwood looking to make a statement and take the lead in that 6A West battle.
Yeah, Lake Hamilton kind of making me eat my words here. I said pregame they were not getting any respect for their 7-0 start to the season. You had three teams in the West ranked ahead of them, and you see the 6A West showing, kind of their flexing their muscles here as the powerhouse Greenwood is all over Lake Hamilton early in that football game. And, just with the power that Greenwood offense has, I imagine that'll be pretty tough for Lake Hamilton to pretty tough hole for them to dig themselves out of in the second half.
Absolutely. That's going to be the end of our Eccles One Carpet halftime show. Appreciate you tuning in. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be time for our second half kickoff.
It is the grand opening sale at Eccles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room per month. Plus, get your sales tax paid.
We make it beautiful.
For less.
It is the grand opening sale at Eccles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room per month. Plus, get your sales tax paid.
We make it beautiful.
For less.
Welcome back, Sylvan Hills Bears fans, to our great matchup that we have going tonight between the Catholic Rockets and the Sylvan Hills Bears. Catholics leading 14-7 at the start of this third quarter. Here in just a moment, we are going to get our kickoff underway as the Bears will be starting on defense in the second half.
Yeah, very important for this defense to come out and set the tone early. Make sure you can't let Sanders come into the second half and get comfortable. You've got to make sure you get him off his spot, maybe rough him up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. You need to get some pressure on Sanders. He seems a little too confident trying to scramble out of the pocket. You need to get some pressure on him, and try to really get him a little rattled, because when he throws the ball, he's being very accurate with it, and he's hitting his passes when he needs to. Gonzalez on to kick it off. Keaton back to receive. The kick is away, and Keaton catches it, but his foot, and they're going to let him take it out. Keaton gets all the way up to about the 26-yard line, gets up to the 27-yard line, and that is going to be where the Rockets take over on offense.
Yeah, I thought that one was going to be a touchback. I guess the ball didn't cross the goal line.
It was close. I thought it was going to be a touchback too. I almost called it a touchback. Not really sure. I guess like you said, the ball didn't cross the goal line. Either way, Rockets are going to have a 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. Let's see if this Bears defense can't come out and get a quick 3 and out. Get some momentum back on their side. Sanders in the pistol formation. Takes the snap. Fakes a handoff to play action on the right side. Passes it over, and it's intercepted by Pete Overton. Pete Overton catches at the 50-yard line. Finally gets shoved out of bounds at the 44-yard line. That's exactly how you want to start this second half.
Yeah, what a play right there, Pete Overton. The Bears come out with only 3 down linemen. They have 8 drop back in coverage, and Pete Overton jumps in front of that passing lane and picks it off. Not sure what Sanders was looking at on that one. They had him double covered. Ball came out a little wobbly out of Sanders' hands, but credit Pete Overton making the play on that one. His second interception in as many weeks.
I think either way, if he tried to run that ball, I think he was going to get stopped at the goal line, because there was a host of defensive linemen coming after him. That was just a great job by this Bears defense. And now got a little momentum on your side. See if this offense can't return the favor. Tyner takes a snap, hands it off to Harris up the middle. Harris gets all the way up to the 40, still pushing his legs. Finally gets taken down at the 41-yard line for about a 5-yard gain.
The always hard runner, Dylan Harris. I mean, you better strap your chin strap when you want to tackle Dylan Harris. I mean, he's a physical kid, and he's so fun to watch run the football.
That's now 2 interceptions on the night for the Bears. That is just a great job by their defense forcing turnovers.
Yeah, you definitely got to steal a couple possessions, maybe when you're a little outmanned. And they've done that here tonight. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Tyner takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. All sorts of room for Dylan Harris. Finally gets taken down after he runs over a defender at the 24-yard line. Just a great job. You saw that speed from Dylan Harris. I'm talking about that hole was so wide, and he had so much room to run. He just took off, and finally the last man to save that touchdown, he just runs him right over. But luckily he made the tackle for the Rockets.
Hello, my name's Dylan Harris. Nice to meet you, he said there. Just bowls over the man at the 10-yard line, the 22-yard line. Just a huge run right there from Harris. You can't say enough about the holes this offensive line's been opening up. Just they've really been pushing around that Catholic D-line all night.
Medicine Shop first down for the Bears at the 22-yard line. Hands it off up the middle to Harris. Harris shakes off a tackler, manages to get 2 yards out of that play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, the Rockets do a better job on that one as they meet Harris in the hole and stop him for a minimal gain. But again, as long as this Bears offense is going forward, right, as long as we're in front of the sticks, you're on time, and that's just so important for this offense. Just not really designed to pick up the big chunks of yards. You've got to be going forward every play.
Absolutely. Going back to a winning equation for this team. If you're winning the turnover battle, that's a huge sign that you might win this ball game. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Harris up the middle. Harris falls forward for about a 3-yard gain right there. The ball's going to be at about the 16-yard line. Ball's going to be at about the 16-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, the Bears got to make sure they're disciplined here. The only thing that's really stopped them in this football game has been themselves. It's been turnovers and it's been penalties. So you just got to make sure you lock in, stay focused, and execute down here in the red zone and put this ball in the end zone and tie this football game up.
If we get to a 4th down here, I'd be really surprised if we saw a field goal unit come out. I'm sure Chris Hill will elect to go for it. Tyner takes the snap, keeps it himself on the right side, follows forward after about a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 3.
Yeah, that play didn't look like much, but Tyner did the right thing there. Planted his foot, got upfield, and got what he could. You can't take a negative play there on 3rd down, or you likely are trying the field goal, but you pick up a little positive yardage, gives you a 4th and short. See what the Bears do with it.
These Catholic fans making noise as Tyner's going to look over to the sideline for a call. 14 seconds left on the play clock. Still looking over for that call. Still looking over. Finally decides to get under center now. 3 seconds left on that play clock. 1, and he gets a snap away, and he's going to get taken down in the backfield.
There is a flag on the play. We'll see what the call is.
If it was a false start, they would have illegal shift on the Bears, and that's going to push them back 5 yards. And they're going to decline the penalty, though, and that's going to be a turnover on downs, and now the Rockets are going to take over on offense.
Yeah, the Bears had 2 men in motion on that one. Yeah, it's unfortunate to waste that turnover there, but nonetheless, this defense has got to come out here and get another stop.
There looked to be some type of confusion from Gavin Tyner looking over on the sideline. That probably would have been a good chance to burn one of those timeouts. Either way, the Rockets are taking over now. Hands it off to Keaton up the middle. Keaton gets hit about the line of scrimmage. Manages to get 3 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and about 6 now.
Yeah, he had a pretty big hole initially on that one. The Bears did a nice job flying to the football and closing that down. Still picks up 4 yards on 1st down. Going to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Rockets. The Bears have done a nice job against the run here tonight. They haven't given up a ton as far as runs from the running back anyway. Quarterback's gotten loose a couple of times, but
hands it off to Keaton up the middle, who finally gets slung down. Gets slung down there by Jaden Foster. He got about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage, and Jaden Foster managed to get those long arms on that jersey, and he slings them down.
Yeah, well, once Big Jaden Foster gets a hold of you, it's tough to break loose, that's for sure. See if the Bears can stand up on this 3rd and short.
Third and short right here. See what the Bears defense has planned for him. Sanders takes the snap, hands it off to Keaton up the middle, and he gets hit, and he's going to, looks like he's going to have the first down. And that's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Rockets after a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, just a little zone play there from the Rockets. Running back makes a nice cut and gets just enough to pick up that first down, give the Rockets a fresh set of downs. As Goins picks up another tackle here tonight.
Sanders takes the snap, looking to pass on the right side, and he passes out to his running back who's wide open. And he breaks a tackle, finally gets shoved out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. That's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Rockets.
Yeah, you don't see Dylan Harris miss a ton of open field tackles. He missed one right there. See, trying to close down the space, just lets the back get around and pick up a couple extra yards.
Sanders takes the snap, hands it off to Keaton up the middle. Keaton is hit at the line of scrimmage and gets taken down. Jonathan Goins right there with the tackle. That was a good job by Jonathan Goins. Keaton managed to fall forward for about 2 yards right there. Good job by Goins to wrap him up for a short gain. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, he's been unblocked a lot here tonight. Just credit that defensive line eating up the blockers for the Rockets.
Sanders throws it quick out to a wide receiver who gets shoved out of bounds. Shoved out of bounds at about they're going to mark him at the 52-yard line, I believe. 51-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 1 now. The Bears have the ability to make a stop right here.
Another 3rd and short here. Let's see if the Bears defense can stand tall, be ready for that zone read play again.
Sanders takes the snap, and he trips in the backfield. Keaton tripped in the backfield right there. I'm not sure if his knee touched or not.
Yeah, Goins think he got him down in the backfield. I'm afraid he's mistaken on that one. Missed an opportunity there. I believe that's the first tackle we've seen him miss tonight. The Rockets are going to pick up a fresh set of downs.
It's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Rockets.
But this Bears defense is making them earn it, right? Not giving up any big plays. Keeping everything in front, rallying to the football, and really making this Rocket offense execute.
Sanders takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to pass it, and he's got a wide open receiver who's running across the middle of the field all the way out to the 30, to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Rockets, but there's a flag all the way back at about the 43-yard line.
This one's coming back. They have an ineligible receiver downfield. Could have called it 4 different times tonight. They finally get him for it here. This one should be coming back. Yeah, you see the Rockets starting to walk back already. Not sure what the long conference is about, but we do want to make sure we get it right.
Ineligible man. Downfield. That's going to push him back 5 yards, and they're going to replay first down now. Ball's going to be set at the 47-yard line. 47-yard line makes it 1st and 15 now for the Rockets.
I think as football goes on, I think we're going to realize that penalty needs to be more than 5 yards. It's such a huge deal with the RPOs. In today's game, you get linemen downfield often. It's really put strain on the defense.
Sanders takes the snap, pitches it back to Keaton. Keaton's got a little room, finally gets shoved out at about the 50-yard line. They're going to mark him out at the 51. That's going to be about a 5-yard gain, and it's going to put him at a 2nd and 10 now.
Yeah, nice job right there from Dylan Harris, working off a block, lays the big hit on the sideline.
want to thank you guys for tuning into our broadcast, and if you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up and that subscribe button, we'd really appreciate it if you're enjoying this broadcast.
It's a big series here for the Bears.
Sanders takes the snap, looks to pass. He's going to keep it himself on the right side. He scrambles, and he's got all sorts of room, 40, 45, or 40, 35, and he finally gets shoved out at about the 34-yard line. And that's going to be a Medicine Shop first down for the Rockets.
Yeah, Bears are manned up here on the backside. All the receivers run the other way and leaves a huge lane for the quarterback to bring it down. Credit Sanders for recognizing that and taking what the defense was giving him on that one.
Sanders takes the snap, hands it off to Keaton up the middle. Keaton is hit in the backfield by Jaden Foster. Jaden Foster doesn't let him get more than a yard on that play. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Rockets.
Yeah, nice job right there by big number 56, Jaden Foster. So important to win on first downs. Kind of put this offense in, out of schedule, behind schedule.
Sanders fakes the handoff, throws the pass out, and his receivers manages to catch up with it because it was underthrown very badly right there. But he manages to get under it, and he runs it out to about the 19-yard line for a Medicine Shop first down for those Rockets.
Yeah, throwing back against the grain there. You're right, wasn't a great throw. Pretty nice play right there by the receiver to come under that one and make the play.
Keaton with the carry gets taken down at about the 18-yard line. Gets taken down at the 18-yard line. That's going to be 2nd and 9 now.
Again, another win on first down for the Bears. You got to string that together with some wins here on 2nd and 3rd down as well. See if the back end can hold up a little better in coverage. Sanders looks to check the play. Going to go under center. First time we've seen that tonight.
Sanders takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to pass. He's got all day to throw back there, decides to scramble, keeps it himself, and he's going to be taken down. Taken down hard right there. Carter Manis right there with the tackle. Carter Manis with the tackle limits him to a 4-yard gain right there. That was a good job. It looked like he was about to get that first down.
Yeah, not sure what Sanders is upset about, but he was complaining again as he got up from that tackle, looking for another call. Huge 3rd down here for this Bears defense, trying to get off the field and force a field goal attempt.
Sanders hands it off up the middle, and he's met in the backfield by Goins. Goins comes up with a huge tackle right there. Huge tackle to force a 4th down, and that's exactly what you want to see if you're a Bears fan. That is some life on this defense, and let's see what the Catholic Rockets head coach decides to do here.
Yeah, not sure what they have in terms of a field goal kicker. They are going to send on the kicking unit. You see Sanders' displeasure there. But I don't think you can fault the decision with the opportunity to go up 2 scores here with a short field goal attempt. It'll be about a 30-yarder.
Rockets out to attempt this field goal. The kick is up. And it is good. It is and the field goal is good for the Rockets, and that's going to make the score 17-7. Catholic Rockets with 1:59 left in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it was good. It wasn't good by much. The Rockets are able to sneak away with 3 points there.
I think that's a win, though, by that Bears defense. They held them to a field goal. This offense needs to come out and put some points on the board now.
Yeah, absolutely. The Rockets were driving on that one. Credit to that Bears defense standing up in the red zone, forcing the field goal attempt. And if you're the Bears, you're still in this ball game, 1:59. Plenty of time left in this ball game, 1:59 in the 3rd quarter. Got to get this offense back on the field and put together a scoring drive here.
Back to return is Josiah Rainey and Egan Hall. Kick is away. Rainey catches it, keeps it himself on the left side, gets taken down at about the 16-yard line, and that is going to be where this offense takes over.
Yeah, the return unit hasn't had a very good night for the Bears. As you saw, the two return men actually ran into each other on that one. Fortunate that it didn't turn out worse than it did.
Josiah Rainey was calling for it right there, and I think Egan Hall was also trying to call for it. Luckily, that wasn't a fumble. Good job holding on to it by Josiah Rainey, and now this offense is going to come out on the field and try to get some points on the board. Tyner under center. Keeps it himself, and he gets shoved by his own offensive lineman, or his own running back. His own Dylan Harris got shoved back into him right there. And that's going to be a lot. And after that, he gets tackled, and that's going to be a loss of about 5 yards right there.
Yeah, the Rockets blew that one up from the start. And if you're Tyner right there, you got to just kind of eat your losses, plant your foot, and try and get some positive yardage out of it. But instead, he takes about a 7-yard sack, and that's going to be, trouble for the Bears in 2nd and 17. That's just not something this offense is built to do. We'll see, though, if they're able to, pull a trick out of the hat and maybe pick up this first down.
Tyner under center. Takes a snap. Keeps it himself on the right side. He has some room. Gets all the way up to the 20-yard line. The ball comes out, and I think the Bears might have fallen on it. I think the Bears fall on it, but a flag came up mid-play right there.
The Bears will retain possession. We'll see what the penalty is. Looks like it's going to be against the Bears.
The Bears offense is already backing up. And they're going to go ahead and call holding on the Bears right there, and that's going to be 10 yards from the spot of the foul. It's going to put them behind the original line of scrimmage now, I believe. Ball at the 10-yard line. 2nd and about 17 to go.
Yeah, it's kind of the same story for the Bears every week. The keys to the game are you got to limit the turnovers and you got to limit the penalties. And you almost saw both of them right there on that play, but fortunate they're able to retain possession and get another shot to pick up a fresh set of downs.
Tyner takes a snap, fakes a pitch, looking to pass, and the Rockets are just teeing off, sending every man they got into that backfield, and now they get a sack.
Yeah, timing was all off on that play. The fake pitch didn't do much as the pitch man was well past the play by the time Tyner snapped the football. Just that one never looked good from the start. Now the Bears are backed up on their own 6-yard line, and you got to think about just giving your punter some room to get this thing off.
Tyner takes a snap, hands it off up the middle to Harris. Harris manages to fall forward for about 2 yards right there, and that's going to be the end of our third quarter. We're going to take a quick break real fast, and when we come back, it'll be the start of our fourth quarter.
Buying a house can be intimidating, whether it's your first house or your 10th house. And at Cornerstone, I feel like it's our job to kind of act as that offensive line for you. We want to help you get that ball to the end zone, so we're going to pave the way for you. And what we want to do is get you to the closing table on time with no stress, so you can do your own little touchdown dance, whatever that may be.
Welcome back, Bears fans, to our ball game between the Bears and the Sylvan Hills Bears and the Catholic Rockets. Catholic is leading this ball game 17-7 at the start of our fourth quarter. Still a lot of time left. The Bears are going to be on defense here and see if we can't get a stop. Oh, my mistake. The Bears are still on offense. It's going to be a fourth down and long, and this punter is going to see if he can't flip the field for him.
Yeah, need a good punt here. Give your defense a chance to keep the score at 17-7 and hopefully make a comeback here in this fourth quarter.
The punt is away, and it's going to be fair caught at the 41-yard line, and the Rockets are going to have excellent field position to try to widen their lead.
Yeah, the Bears fortunate that one didn't get blocked. They've let number 19 come off the edge unblocked all night, and he's gotten close every time. That was not sure how he didn't block that one, on, to be honest with you, but Bears are able to get the punt off. Now you got to ask your defense, stand up here, make a play. Still plenty of time left in this football game to come back and win. Just you got to get a stop here.
Sanders takes the snap, fakes a handoff to Keaton, and he's looking to quick pass out to the outside, and he's going to be marked out of bounds at about the 42. Looked like he was trying. His running back went out wide, was like a designed block, shook off the block, and he caught the pass. He stepped out of bounds right after he caught the pass, though, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 now.
Yeah, and you see the Rockets are going to huddle up here. We haven't seen them do that a ton here tonight. They've been running the hurry up all night long, but huddle up this time, send trips out to the wide side of the field.
Sanders takes a snap, hands it off to Keaton up the middle. Keaton cuts it left and gets taken down at about the 36-yard line. Gets about a 3-yard gain right there, but I saw a flag come out, so let's see what the flag was for. It was thrown by the white hat, which usually means holding, I believe, and the Rockets are already walking back, and it is holding on the Rockets. Holding on the Rockets, which is going to push them back and make this a 2nd and about 17, I believe.
Yeah, 2nd and very long for the Rockets. 2nd and, let's see, what is that? We're going to call it 18. Now, if you're the Bears, this is a sequence, so you got to get off the field. You got the Rockets backed up. Defense has got to come up with a stop on this one.
Sanders takes the snap, screen pass out to the left. Keaton is wide open, has all sorts of room, cuts it up, and he falls forward right at about the 1st down marker. Let's see if they give it to him. Oh, no, they're going to mark him a 2 yards short, and that's going to now be a 3rd and 2, my bad.
Yeah, anytime you get in that 2nd and long, 3rd and long situation, high school football, you got to be ready for some sort of draw, some sort of screen. That was a pretty nice play design right there from the Rockets, and he had all sorts of room to work.
Sanders takes the snap, quick throw out to 17, and 17 manages to catch it and break a tackle almost simultaneously, and he's going to get a medicine shot 1st down for the Rockets.
Yeah, pretty nice catch right there from number 17. Hits the quick spin move and picks up a couple extra yards, going to give the Rockets a 1st down. And again, if you're the Bears, you got to stand tall here. Make sure you keep this a 2-score ball game.
Sanders takes the snap, fakes a handoff, throws it out to a motioning player who's got all sorts of room up to the 5. Finally gets taken down at about the 1-yard line. It's going to be a medicine shot 1st down for the Rockets.
Yeah, just a little play action, flips it out to the slot there, and he had a lot of room to work. Good pursuit there by the Bears to tackle him before he's able to score, but nonetheless, Rockets are going to be set up first and goal from their 2-yard line. Bears need a turnover, need to make a play here, and
Sanders under center. Hands it off to Keaton up the middle, who's in for a touchdown. The touchdown is going to be brought to you by Cornerstone Home Lending. And it's going to be a Catholic Rocket touchdown. Rockets on to attempt this PAT. Hold is good, and the kick is up. And it is good, and that is going to make the score 24-7 Catholic Rockets with 9 minutes and 31 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, this Catholic offense has started to wear out this Bears defense. They've been on the field a lot here in the second half. And you start to see Sanders kind of take control of this football game. Everything's on time for him. On time and on the money. He's really, had a nice second half. Outside of the interception on the first play, he's looked pretty good. The Bears haven't had much of an answer for the Catholic offense here in the second half. Going to need a quick score here out of their offense if they want to stay in this football game.
William Aaron will kick off for the Rockets. Rainey and Hall will be deep to the Bears.
Back to receive this kick is going to be Josiah Rainey and Egan Hall. Kick is away. It's a nice kick. Caught by Egan Hall, who's going to take it on the left side. Gets all the way out to the 20, up to the 30. Good return by Egan Hall, who finally gets taken down at about the 33-yard line. And finally, the Bears are going to be starting with decent field position. Feels like they haven't started a drive in front of the 20-yard line in this whole entire second half.
Yeah, that looked like to be their best kick return since the opening kickoff. And the offense is going to get some decent starting field position. You got to get a score here, and it's got to be pretty quick with only 9 minutes and 25 seconds remaining in this ball game.
Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Harris up the middle, who gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, manages to shake him off, and manages to get 3 yards out of the play. It's going to be 2nd and 7 now. Tyner under center, Harris on the backfield. Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Harris, who falls forward after a decent gain and manages to get 5 yards out of it. And now it's going to be 3rd and about 2.
Yeah, if you're the Bears, you got to have a little more urgency offensively here. You ran 2 plays and an entire minute has ticked off the game clock. This is an offense that likes to run the football, but you can run the football and still be quick about it. The Bears are going to have to get it in gear here if they want to give themselves a shot to win this one.
Tyner takes the snap, hands it off to Harris, who's met at the line of scrimmage by a host of Rockets. That's going to be no gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Jackson Hatchett made the stop. It's going to be 4th and 1 for the Bears.
Offense is going to stay on the field. It's going to be a flag on the Rockets for coming into the neutral zone, and that's going to give the Bears a 1st down here.
Yeah, nice job by Tyner right there with the cadence to get the Rocket defense to jump off sides. Going to get a cheap 1st down here.
It's going to be a medicine shot 1st down for the Sylvan Hills Bears.
And most importantly, at this stage of the game, the clock is going to stop and start up here on the whistle.
Tyner takes the snap, pitches it back. Pitches it back on the left side to Billings. Billings gets all the way out to the 49-yard line before getting shoved out.
Clock's going to continue to run. I thought he got out of bounds.
Looked to me like he got out of bounds. The clock is still running. Clock continues to run after getting shoved out of bounds. I mean, unless they blew it dead before he touched before his foot touched the out of bounds line, which I doubt it did. Which I doubt they did. Either way, Tyner's under center, takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Harris with a big hit. Tries to shove off a couple of defenders, but is unable to, as they are really trying to lock him down now. 3rd and 5 now for the Bears. Tyner takes the snap, pitches it back to Billings. Billings on the left side has some room out to the 40. Finally gets shoved out of bounds at about the 37-yard line, 36-yard line. That's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Bears.
Six minutes and 28 seconds remain in this ball game. The Bears need a touchdown, and they need a touchdown in a hurry.
Tyner takes a snap, keeps himself on the right side. He's got some room up to the 30. Tries to cut it outside, but he gets met, and he finally falls forward at about the 24-yard line, and that's going to be a medicine shot first down for the Bears.
Yeah, nice run from Tyner there to keep the chains moving. Putting together a nice drive here in the 4th quarter. Afraid it may be a little too late here for the Bears.
Clock is still rolling. Under 6 minutes to go now. Tyner takes a snap, pitches it back to Billings on the left side. Billings is going to cut it up to the 20 and gets taken down. Gets taken down at about the 17-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd and 3 now. Second and 3 now. Clock still rolling. Up the middle for about a yard gain right there. It's Dylan Harris. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't an offense that's going to come out and throw the ball around 50 times a game. Maybe not the most explosive offense, but, you still got to show some urgency here in between plays, getting up to the line of scrimmage. Just not enough urgency for me out of the Bears offense.
Tyner takes a snap, hands it off to Harris, who's got some room up to the 5-yard line. Touchdown, Dylan Harris. Dylan Harris with an amazing run right there, breaking tackles, broke about 2 tackles right there for a good Bears touchdown, brought to you by Cornerstone Home Lending.
Yeah, nice run right there by Dylan Harris. We've probably said it 100 times this season, but you're not going to bring him down one-on-one very often in the open field. He's just a physical runner. Really good at finishing through contact, and had a nice hole there and finished off that run.
And the point after attempt is good, and that is going to make the score 24-14 Catholic Rockets with 4 minutes and 42 seconds left in this ball game. Both teams have all 3 timeouts, so if you're the Bears, you really need to get a good quick stop here on defense if you want to have a chance.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're probably in onside kick territory. 4 minutes, 42 seconds. You do have the 3 timeouts, but it is a 2-score game. And there hasn't been a ton of resistance for the Catholic Rockets offensively here in the second half outside of that first drive. We'll see what Chris Hill elects to do here. We've seen, they've shown a pretty nice looking onside kick from Gonzalez a couple different times this season. Crazier things have happened for the Bears. And You just never know what's going to happen. We'll see if they can make a little magic happen late in this one. Catholic's expecting an onside. They get the hands team out there.
And it's probably going to be one of those pooch kicks like we've seen earlier in the season, I believe. Oh, it's going to be a quick onside, and the Rockets are going to fall on it. That's a tough one for the Bears right there.
Yeah, the ball just never got that big bounce you're looking for on the onside kick. Nice job by the Rockets hands team there, recovering it. And if the Rockets can pick up a couple first downs here, it's going to be the end of your ball game.
Rockets take the snap, hands it off to Keaton up the middle. Jaden Foster was not going to let that get past him, though, as he makes that tackle. My mistake, that was Keyshawn Jones with the tackle. Keyshawn Jones was definitely not going to let Keaton get past him, as he takes him down himself for no gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that the Bears' defensive line is pretty tough to block, especially when they know what's coming, right? You know the Rockets are probably not going to risk putting it in the air. Nice job right there by Jaden Foster making the stop.
Sanders takes the snap and hands it off to Keaton. Keaton cuts it upfield for about a 5-yard gain right there, 6-yard gain. And now it's going to be a 3rd and about 4 for the Rockets.
Yep, got to have a stop here for the Bears defense. Got to have it.
And if you're the Bears defense right here, I really doubt the Rockets put it in the air. I say that. I'm probably going to be wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rockets did throw it. They got 3 minutes and 24 seconds left. They just want to run the clock down as they are up by 10. Let's see what the Rockets decide to do. Sanders takes the snap, keeps it himself, decides to run it. He cuts it up the middle, and he's going to be hit and taken down by Harris at about the 41-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 1. And let's see if the Rockets decide to go for it. I think if I'm the Rockets coach, I'd probably go for it right here. I'd probably go for it. Your defense has been playing well in the second half. You got them on the other side of the field, so, or at least run the clock all the way down, take a delay of game. But they're going to put their offense on the field. Let's see if we see another pooch kick from their quarterback. We don't. He keeps it himself up the middle, and he's going to have the 1st down and more all the way out to about the 32-yard line. Out to the 32-yard line for a medicine shot 1st down for the Rockets with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left in this ball game.
Got some score updates for you. Other PCSSD games going on. Robinson has taken a 24-10 lead over BB in the 3rd quarter. Good to see QB Quentin Murphy really taking control of that team in the second half.
That lead is actually now 30. It's 30-10. Either way, if you guys wouldn't mind tuning in to our other sports networks for the PCSSD Sports Network, we have the Maumelle Sports Network, who is also live. They are taking on Morrilton. You can just look them up on YouTube, the Maumelle Sports Network, as well as our Joe T. Robinson Sports Network. Just go ahead and type in Joe T. Robinson Sports Network in YouTube, and you can find both of those broadcasts going live right now. We'd appreciate it if you show them some love as well. Subscribe to both of those channels as well as ours. We'd really appreciate it. Sanders takes the snap, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself up the middle. He's got some room. finally gets still on his feet. Still on his feet, turning those legs, still moving the pile. Finally gets taken down at the 6-yard line. He just wouldn't give up right there, and he has a medicine shot first down for the Rockets with 59 seconds left in this ball game. Clock is running.
Our Natural State Sports Network game of the week. The Greenwood Bulldogs win easily over Lake Hamilton, 24-0 at home.
And really assert themselves as probably the top team in 6A.
Yeah, you got to imagine, Greenwood, between Greenwood and Pulaski Academy, it ought to be a pretty exciting end to the 6A West season.
And the Rockets are just going to go ahead and take a knee here, and that is going to run out the clock for the end of the ball game. That's going to do it here for us at the Sylvan Hills Sports Network. Tune in for our post-game show where we will be announcing our player of the game as well as recapping some of our other PCSSD scores around the state. Tune in as we're going to take a quick break and be right back. Get this drive started. Kiner takes the snap, looking to pass on the right side, wide open on the right side. It's Scales. Scales has the ball at the 50, to the 40, all the way to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Bears as Scales just caught it wide open and no one was going to catch him. Touchdown Bears.
Get the ball at half, too.
Now Pierce looking, he's going to I thought he wanted to fade. Instead, he's going to take off. Now Pierce inside the 10, spins off a man. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give him 6 as Weston Pierce gets in the end zone for the touchdown, and it is 21.
Looks like he rolls out right, throws wide open receiver, open, and on the first
The Senators, Freeman with Murphy in the backfield. Murphy, straight run to the right side, and look at Rawls. Ball's out. And let's see, the Hornets try to fall on it. I think we got it. I think we got it, and we do. Hornets recover the fumble after the Rawls.
Two plays with 14 seconds left. They do have a timeout. Nason back to pass. No pass rush coming. Nason's going to throw this one into the end zone, and it's going to be, it is caught. Did he come down with it into the end zone? Touchdown, Colby Stevenson. The Apaches do it. They score.
So Noah back in the game, 3rd and 9. Ashton was the motion man. Now they're just toss it up, and he's got him wide open. Off to the races, 10-5, touchdown Senators as Brandon Grill got.
This guy in motion. Noah right up the middle. He's going to get a great block, and he's gone.
Oh, my gosh.
He's gone. See you later. He's gone. What was that, 90 yards for Noah Freeman there. 90 yards. I mean, one play. And that's the thing about Noah. All it takes is one block or one move, and he's gone. Yeah. And when he gets past the
good job staying home right there.
All right, again, there's the snap, flushed out of the pocket. He's in trouble. He's still on his feet, though. He throws it out there. He's got a man in the end zone. Wow. And the Panthers strike first with 10 minutes, 5.
It's been 2-point conversions only, but Carl, do they run a fake?
I don't think they run a fake here, but
the
this
pressure
is a big
on.
play.
And the Comets win! The Comets win! QJ King is special! They run across the field and wave bye-bye to the Pine Bluff Zebras. The Comets are now 7-0. Coach.
Welcome back to our postgame show, Bears fans. Unfortunately, tonight the Bears are taking a loss, the first loss in 3 weeks. Catholic's going to win this ball game tonight, 24-14. Our player of the game tonight is going to be Dylan Harris. Dylan Harris is the player of the game tonight. He just had a really good game on the ground. Went ahead and put up 55 yards in that first half, and then finished it out with another 55 yards in the back half of the ball game. That is just and he made some plays on the defensive side. He was really flying around on both sides of the ball, and we really saw a good game out of him tonight.
Yeah, I ended up losing the argument between the player of the game. I wanted to go with Goins. You know, he stepped in a tough spot, you know, had his opportunity to play here tonight with Carlos Stevens out, and he really played pretty nice game defensively. You know, unfortunately, the Bears weren't able to pull out a win, just Catholic too much in the second half, and the Bears are going to fall again here this season, bring their record to 2-5, and, you know, you really, it's unfortunate, you know, they had their chances in this game. You know, they had their chance to be the first team to beat Catholic here tonight, but unfortunately, give the quarterback Sanders credit. He made the plays he needed to make in the second half, and Catholic's going to remain undefeated here on the season.
Absolutely. And like you said, it was basically a tie between Goins and Harris on that. It was basically a tie for the player of the game because Goins was flying around. He made an interception. Dylan Harris was also flying around, had 105 yards on the ground and a touchdown to go with it. Unfortunately, the Bears couldn't come out with that tonight, but let's go ahead and tune in to our other PCSSD matchups going on around the state. Right now, Maumelle is trailing Morrilton 33-14 with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and going over to Joe T. Robinson. Joe T. Robinson is leading BB 30-10 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and, you know, those Robinson Senators really showing some resolve here tonight. They're without their starting running back,
Noah Freeman.
It's been all on the sophomore quarterback, Quentin Murphy, and credit to the team he's got around him. They've really helped the sophomore out tonight. And
that ball game was tied at half, and they're really just showing some resiliency as now they are leading 37-10 with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they were really locked in a battle early with BB, but that Senator offense just really took off in the second half, and it looks like they're going to go on to win that football game and continue to impress in the 5A Central.
And tuning in, and our Natural State Sports game to watch was Lake Hamilton at Greenwood, and Greenwood won that ball game 24-0 as that ball game is already finished. I want to go ahead and recognize my crew tonight. Thanks to our, I just want to say, go ahead and say thank you. Bringing all the action from up top. Up top of the press box is Valerie Haley, and on our field cam tonight was Patrick Haley. On production, we had Will Watkins, and of course, my broadcast partner Dylan Davis. This is Jake Hall, and that's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, Bears fans, at PCSSD Sports Network. This is going to be the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. If you aren't already, please subscribe to each of our school's network channels on YouTube and give the broadcast a thumbs up, please. We'd really appreciate it. I want to thank you guys again for tuning in, and I'm going to do a quick shout out to our sponsors. Want to mention Medicine Shop of North Little Rock, the Dio Vanucci Cornerstone Home Lending, and Akel's Carpet One Floor and Home. That's going to do it here tonight. Please tune in next week for our Bears football game next Friday.